Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deepak Patil, and in today's session, we are going to learn about the Symfony commands. Okay. So first of all, let's understand why we need a command. So in the project, sometimes we have a requirement where we have to uh, run the logic or execute the logic on console. So normally in the web application we have a timeout. Okay, sometimes we have a processes that is taken too much time. For example, sending notification to thousands of persons, synchronize database with the millions of record. So in this case we need some logic that can execute long time and can execute in on the console. Okay, so for that we required to create a command. So Symfony provide a command library. Using that we can create a another console command. So Symfony having the console file. So this is the logic where we can execute the multiple command using this. So this is the simple command to show all the whatever the possible command exists in my Symfony project. So some commands are inbuilt or some command user defined. That we will check how to create a command and how can see that command over here. So these are the command we use, the maker command lots of time, make entity, make crud. Okay, so these are the maker command. Doctrine schema update, that we lots of time we use to update the schema. So let's continue. So see, this is the clear cache command that might be here. See, cache clear. So let's try to run that. So how we can run the command? PHP bin console cache. Okay, let's check that. To the copy paste. Okay, so this is just a normal command. So what is the use of this command? To clear the Symfony project cache. Okay, so this is how we can see the all the command. So now let's create a simple command and check what is in it. Okay, so I am going to put the simple command. So let's create a simple command like blog. We have a blog, so let's create a command, simple command. So you can see that on this location we have a one class PHP file is created. So let's check that. So I'm going to refresh it. We have this command directory created and this class is created. Okay, so what is in this class? So basically definition of command. Okay, using as command attribute we can define the command. Okay, so this is our command that we can use to execute. Let's try to execute first. Okay, so this is a simple command that we executed and that command is printed some message. And when we ask for some help, so these are the all possible options available. So this is the description of the command. So let's change this description. Okay, I can see there is one argument and I can see there is a one user defined option over here. Let's see what is that. So first of all, register the command. So this is the we define the command register command using the as command, and this is the command description. So I'm going to change this command manage the blog operation like add archive etc. And when we check it again, you can see that yeah, our description is updated as we expect. Okay, so first of all register the command, then that command must have a constructor, command have some configuration and execution. Okay, and then how to run the command. So we can see that. Okay, well, why this is here? Let's delete it and create again. Fresh. Oh, strange. Strange. Okay, let's keep it as it is. I think that is coming from some app manage blog. Okay, so I'm going to create the blog manage command. Okay, so let's check what is in that command. Okay, so where if we look into the command, so let's update the description first. This command manage the basic operation of blog, like add archive. Okay, so let's try to run this command first and then we can check that. Okay, so we have a simple message print over here, and when we print some help, we can see that help like that. Okay, then this is the way to register the command, define the command. This is the constructor and this is the configuration. Here we can define the arguments or options. So when we define any argument, that we have to pass after the command as a command line argument. So let's check. For example, we require a tag. Okay, define tag for blog. Okay, and let's create a add operation and to add new blog. Okay, archive existing code block. Okay, I just defined that in proper way. We can see that argument definition here, and then user defined options are here. So now next is execute. So there is the execute method. When we hit the command on the console, when I hit this button enter, this command will be executed. Okay, so there are one definition, second constructor, third configuration, fourth execute, and fifth how to run the command. This is only 5 steps that we can use to create the command. Now what is in the command? So we have inputs and output. Okay, so we have a inputs, console input and console output. So using console input we can read the arguments. So for example, I am going to read this argument tag. So if tag is exist, then we can print that over here. So you mention tag name is. Okay, so whatever the tag name we pass over here, that will be printed like a Symfony. Okay, because we change the option name, I'm going to correct the button. So let's handle the second option. Okay, so when I run it, so I can see something is printed over here with the Symfony name. It means my code is executed successfully. Okay, so this is the input. Using input we can read the whatever the command line argument we pass, as well as is also read the if we pass any option. So how we can pass the option, let's see that. First of all, archive operation. Okay, archive option is exist. Okay, I just going to print some simple message. As we are not replacing anything, we don't need that. Okay, so it's just simple okay, so let's check that. So nothing is printed, but when I use the add option, so how we can pass the option? By using the 2 dash we can pass the option. So see, add option is exist. Let's check. So archive option is exist, so we can pass more than one parameter argument as a option by dash. Okay, so this is how we can use the input. For the output, we can use output to print a nice output. For example, we can also use the output of write ln, okay, and then print this message. Okay, so we can print this message like that. Is, and then attach the whatever the value we got from console over here. Let's check that. See, the mention tag name is Symfony. So using input, we can read the argument as well as option, and using output, we can print some data to the console. Okay, but nowadays in the new Symfony version, Symfony provide the Symfony style. Okay, so this is the class with the lots of helper function, and those helper function provide us lots of feature, so we can use that effectively. We can use input and output very effectively. For example, let's check what are those. So we can see that write ln, that is also method exists to the output object. So write ln title, note, error, success, warning. We can already see write ln in the output. We also see the note before. So let's try to use that one by one. So and then check how that we behave when we use. So I want to print some title, and the title should be nice. So what is our command? Okay, so we can mention something like that. So let's check that. See, it's properly printed with the underline. Okay, then we can print something like that. Just write ln. Okay, I want to make some print some log so that we can see in the log file later if any. So the command start. Okay, start at, let's define some date time, and then format it. So let's provide some proper format, HIS. So let's check what will be happen when I print it. I can see that a proper message is printing. Okay, so I just pass the single value. It can be also get the array, so we can pass more than our value. So I pass two blank, it will be printed one blank line above and also after. So let's something like that. Let's check, there are two, see, two line are added. So I'm going to do same for the end. I just going to some format the command with some helper function, so we can easily debug that if there is any issue in the future. So this is normally a good practice. Okay, then what is the next? We can print a note, error, success and warning. Okay, so we can print note something like that. We say this is the note that we printed, and this will be look like that. Okay, then also we can also print some error message or success or warning. Also we can use the ask to get the question. So for example, if user provide add, then let's create the blog in the database. Okay, so what we require in the blog name. Okay, so $io ask. So let's ask the question. So please enter the blog name. Okay, then second option is the default value, and third option is actually function where we can validate the whatever the input we got. Okay, so I am passing that input in here. If so if it is empty, then we can throw some error. So for example, throw some error, new runtime. Okay, runtime exception. So blog name should not be blank. Okay, so if that is blank, then it is always blank, otherwise return that value, whatever the valid value. Okay, so let's try to print that value using the using the right line. Okay, so I'm trying to print that value, something like that. Okay, so let's print the message blog name and then attach that name. Okay, so let's try to print that on console and check how that will look like. Okay, so if I enter blank, so it will give me an error. Okay, so 21 July article, this is the name I just enter, and I can see that the value whatever I enter is getting in the code correctly. So let's also get the slug similar way. I'm just copy and paste that, and then let's make changes what we need. Slug. Okay, the name I just get the slug. Okay, whatever the slug for that block we need, let's get it. Let's check that. Okay, so test on my article and test is my slug. Okay, there is some issue. Let's find out what is the issue here. We are not checking that. Okay, so test one. See, we have both value read in the logic successfully. So now this is how we can interact with the console using the Symfony style. Now next is very important, how to inject service. So let's create the logic, continue this logic to add the blog in the database. For that we have to inject the blog repository. Okay, so this is our blog repository where we already created the save function in last couple of video. So let's add that blog repository. So I'm going to add that as a inject that as a parameter for the constructor. Okay, so let's define that parameter private and also define the type of the variable. Okay, then let's assign it this of equal to. So what we did, we just inject the block repository as a service and assign to the our private variable. Now let's save that into the database. So before save we have to create the object. Okay, then assign the value, set name $blog, set slug equal to slug, and then the sub block repository of save blog, and I want to flush it immediately. Let's check what will be happen, but before that let's print the whatever we got in the database. So I'm going to get the ID. Okay, blog created ID. So if ID is printed, it means that our blog printed successfully. So today is, this is my title. Okay, this is my slug. Okay, and I can see there is some ID printed over here. Let's check that if it is exists. So last time we created a list. See, we have this Guru Purnima in the list view. So this is how we can inject the service. So this is the repository that we inject. Let's also inject our user defined service. So this is the message class last time we created, that just generate the some random message. Okay, so let's add that over here, message. So I just inject the message service Okay, let's define the private variable message. Okay, and then we have to also assign the message. So dollar this of message equal to dollar message. So this is how I inject the any custom service and assign to the local private variable. Now let's use it. So where to use it? Yes, let's print it something like that here. Okay, we have already started button. So before that, let's print that message here and then one blank line. Okay, let's check what we got. Okay, I'm going to refresh it. Dear viewer, welcome to my channel. So each time when we view, hey guys, welcome to my channel. So this is how we can inject the services. So I think let's conclude the session. What we learned today, what is the command, what is the use of command when we need to execute some logic on the console. Normally it's something kind of sending SMS, sending notification, fetching a report, generating report, syncing to database, and that can be configured in the cron. So we can run that command periodically. Then this is how we can list all command bin console. If you just okay, so instead of, suppose you forgot what is the command list, so if you just enter this, you just enter bin console, still you can able to see all the list, all the command list that exist. Okay, asset. So these are the all the commands. Okay, then when we create a command has a space to register the command. Here we register the command using as command attribute. Then we have a constructor where we can inject the services. Then we have a configuration where we can define the arguments and option, and then we have a execute function where we have a input and output object. So using input object we can deal with the get the arguments and option. Using output we can print some data, but we have also Symfony style that provide a lots of helper classes to print some proper messages on the console, interaction messages on the console, like just print in new line, print warning, print note, print error, print success, like that. Okay, so if you want more video from me, then please subscribe my channel. Also click on the bell icon, so whenever I upload new video, we will notify. Thank you.